Hi Libra, welcome to your love reading for March 2017. We are working with two decks again, so let's go ahead and begin. This is going to be for confirmation. We will get to that in a minute. But first, let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. And this is a love reading for the sign of Libra for March 2017. The first card that you have, Libra, is the Three of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Libra, March 2017. Knight of Pentacles. The Devil. Love reading for the sign of Libra, March 2017. Six of Pentacles. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Ace of Cups. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Seven of Swords. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Eight of Wands. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Nine of Wands. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Final card, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for March, and you have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups does mean sometimes that you feel that you need to look for happiness elsewhere, and it can mean somebody leaving a relationship, but it can also mean that you're leaving behind emotional baggage, and we'll see how this ties in with the rest of the reading, but I have seen this card come up over and over for the other signs. Okay, so let's take it one card at a time. You have the Three of Pentacles. So to me, this is a card of effort and doing everything that you can, especially in a love reading. This means that you're doing everything you can to please your romantic partner. Those of you who are already coupled, you're doing everything that you can. You're compromising. You're trying to accommodate your partner. You're being as loving as possible and trying to heal a relationship or keep a relationship going. Now you also have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights represent change and movement, and this Knight represents slow progress. So I feel like those who are trying to heal an existing relationship, and I see here that you're trying. You have the Three of Pentacles. That just means that you're doing everything that you can, and then some, to hold on to a partner, to make it work. There's something going on here that is a red flag. You have the Devil, which is a major arcana, and yeah, it is the only one that you have in this entire reading. So this is the most important message. When the Devil comes up, there's, usually something unhealthy about the relationship. There's something unhealthy. And, this really does tie in with the main energy, which was the Eight of Cups. So some of you might feel like the differences between you and your partner could be, too much, and maybe you're tired of trying. That is, the message from the Three of Pentacles, and this just means that you feel like you should look elsewhere. I keep feeling like I'm repeating myself because of all the readings that I've done. This is like the theme for every single reading, so I feel like it's just a universal energy. But the Devil can also represent, if it's not an unhealthy relationship in the form of somebody considering leaving a relationship, it could mean that there's, somebody in the relationship being too pessimistic. There's something unhealthy, something that's kind of working against you and your partner. So I feel like you may be doing everything that you can to make things work, to stay together, but there can be a delay as far as getting back together or, healing your differences, because there is this, kind of red flag from the Devil that there's unhealthy energy. But like I said, it can just be that somebody has just given into pessimism, or they're just in a really dark place. It is, kind of negative energy. Now, over here you have the Six of Pentacles. So this represents getting what you deserve. This is a card of receiving. So it's interesting that right next to it you have the Ace of Cups. This is you receiving love. This is usually a card of a new relationship. So for those who are single, or maybe you are doing everything that you can to meet somebody new, because this is a card of effort. There can be a delay because there's a lot of negative thinking, but the Six of Pentacles is telling you that this is a time for you to receive, to get what you deserve. And here is that person. This is a new love, but of course it also symbolizes healing an existing relationship. So just because the main energy is the Eight of Cups, which means, somebody walking away and leaving, it doesn't mean that everybody's leaving, everybody's breaking up or divorcing. It can just mean that it's time to leave the, emotional baggage behind, whatever it is that's coming from this card. So the Ace of Cups is telling you there can still be a new beginning. You can still have this. You can still receive what you deserve. You do have, another kind of red flag card here. You have the Seven of Swords. And this can sometimes represent deceit. It's come up a lot for the other signs as well. But I don't feel that it means deceit in the form of somebody lying to you. I guess it could, especially if you feel like that really does apply to you. Maybe you're watching this reading to see if, there is some type of confirmation that somebody's not being honest. The devil does sometimes, it can represent deceit. But the Seven of Swords can, most of the time for me, unless I see certain confirmation cards like the Five of Swords or something like that, it means that this is self-deceit. This means that you're being your own worst enemy. And I feel like, it is your time to receive. So of course, if you're making excuses for someone where there's a lot of negativity, where it's an unhealthy relationship, then you're only cheating yourself. Love is here, and it's your time to receive. But are you allowing yourself, or are you making excuses for someone? Remember, going back to the main energy, for some of you, you just kind of feel like, I'm done here, and I need to look for happiness elsewhere. Like I said, that won't apply to everyone, but that does come across as a strong message for someone. You also have the Eight of Wands. So this is telling you that there's going to be movement, there's going to be change, there's going to be excitement, no matter what your situation is. Jumping over here, you have the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning. This means that no matter what you're going through with the devil and the Seven of Swords energy, with maybe an unhealthy relationship, or somebody's become really pessimistic, maybe you're working against yourself. Of course, you're not aware of it. You're not doing it on purpose. This is telling you that there will be a new beginning for you in your love life. And this can be, healing your relationship. This can mean that, you're finally able to work out your differences. Like I said, the Eight of Wands represents movement. And it represents movement that, kind of has taken a while to happen. This means you have been waiting for something. There's not been any type of change. And then finally, something shifts for you. Something positive. So I feel like, something new awaits you. A new relationship, or a new beginning in your existing relationship. But to me, the Ace of Wands, it's bigger than just a new beginning. It also represents kind of reinventing yourself. A completely different you. But it can also mean a completely different partner, in the form that something has to change. I feel like if it's not you, where you feel like you need to reinvent yourself to make your relationship work, then it's your partner that really kind of needs a huge change so they can still be in your life. I feel like there's some type of huge difference between you and your partner that could be creating the conflict that I see here. I see, I still feel like things can work out for those who are coupled and facing something really challenging or confusing. I see, the change here in the new beginning, but right in the middle you have the Nine of Wands. So this does represent that somebody's on guard. Somebody is even kind of paranoid. I feel like there could be a lack of trust, especially with the Seven of Swords here. So for some of you, you may feel like you can't trust your partner. And it could be that, you're seeing some type of behavior here with the devil that is like a huge red flag. Perhaps this has you kind of thinking that maybe you should look elsewhere. Maybe it's time to move on. For those who are single, this is a huge message of, of movement, of new people coming into your life. It's your time to receive. It's time for new people, but not if you're working against yourself. So for those who are single, it could be that you're focusing too much on someone, from the past, or you're protecting yourself. Again, you have the Nine of Wands, which means that you're not only protecting yourself, you could be kind of on the verge of becoming paranoid, where you don't let people in, you don't want to let your guard down, when look what is around you. Change and excitement from the Eight of Wands. It's finally time for you to see something shift and change in your love life. And the Ace of Wands, a entirely new life. And this can mean, yes, a new romantic partner. It can mean marriage. It can mean the birth of a child. But not if you are in this safe place where you don't want to trust and you don't want to let somebody in. It is lined up here with the Ace of Cups, which, like I said, can be that new person coming into your life. With the Knight of Pentacles, which means, it'll take time, but I feel like for those who are single, it could take time because there's something that's holding you back. There's something that kind of has you afraid. I get that from this card. You're afraid of something not going right, or you're afraid because of what has happened in the past. I feel like you may have been lied to with the Seven of Swords. There was a very kind of negative partner in your life, but there is an energy for Libra of, change and excitement and new beginnings, new people. It's time for you to receive, but there's kind of like this iffy energy as well. The Devil, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Wands. Like I said, this can be an unhealthy relationship that played itself out. That's not going to apply to everyone. Or it can be that there's a lot of negative energy in a relationship where there's a lot of bickering, a lot of arguments, just kind of unhealthy stuff. And with the Seven of Swords, this can be somebody that is just not acting in your best interest. This can be somebody who's being sneaky and underhanded. This can be lying, and somebody kind of just being very protective, like they can't trust anymore. I feel like there are decisions to be made because it is your time to receive, and there's this energy of new beginnings and change and excitement, and you have to decide what it is that you want. Okay, so wrong deck. Let me get some more confirmation from this one. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March 2017? King of Cups. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. The Fool. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. Whoa, the Queen of Cups. So, for Libra, and this happened for another sign, I forgot which one it was. So you may want to check your moon and your rising sign. There was another sign where, I think it was Virgo. Spirit was kind of screaming water sign at them with the Lover's card, but you have the Fool. So you have the King of Cups. So this is someone who is a water sign, and Libra is an air sign. So this can be your romantic partner. Even if they're not a water sign, whenever I see a court card, a king or queen, and the other one is present from the same suit, I feel like these are two people that belong together. These are two people who are in the same energy, who are in sync. These are two people that belong. So I feel like, this can be a romantic partner. I forgot which one was where. You do have this energy here with the Fool, which is a new beginning, which means that it's, for some of you and the majority of you, it's not over. That's what I was saying. Even though you see this kind of scary energy from the Devil and the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands, and again, the Eight of Cups, saying some of you feel like walking away from a relationship. For some of you, what needs to happen is a new beginning. You need to take a risk, especially with something like this in the reading. This means that you're just way past the point of taking a risk. You don't want to be hurt. You're protecting yourself. You have your guard up. So this can be a new beginning for you and your partner. And I feel like for those who are coupled, this is it right here. This is you and your partner. Even though this is not the King and the Queen of Swords. This is, the King and the Queen of Cups. I feel like it's your partner. But I do feel like for those who are single, this is pretty much, what I said to Virgo. Spirit is screaming at you. Water sign. That is who you should be looking for. Water sign. This can, this will take you in an entirely different direction. The Fool does mean, You know that you're just following your heart and your intuition. You're not analyzing too much. You're an air sign, so air signs do a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing, and when it comes to this energy here, that's not going to get you very far. But this means that, if you take a risk, this will pay off for you. But I feel like, there's a new beginning here and a new beginning here from the Ace of Cups, which represents a new love. And there's a Seven of Swords, which means that you can be your own worst enemy and pass up your ideal relationship with someone maybe who is the perfect partner for you, for those who are single, with the King and the Queen of Cups being here. So very interesting. Okay, so let me get some additional cards for you from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for March 2017? Knight of Wands. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. The Emperor. Love reading for Libra, March 2017. The Ace of Cups. So this is a repeating card for you. Remember that you already have this message right here. Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. Oh, the King of Cups again. So you have two repeating cards. Let's start with the King of Cups. You have that over here. And remember, I thought it was kind of interesting that you also have the Queen. So now you have a lot of water, a lot of water in this reading. So Spirit is screaming at you, water sign. For those of you who are single, I feel like that's a strong message for you. This is someone that could be around you. This could be someone that you already know. I think I even mentioned that to Virgo, that maybe you never thought of them as a possible partner for you, when actually they are the perfect partner for you. This could be someone that could be your life partner. Now that's a repeating card. The other repeating card that you have is the Ace of Cups. So how synchronistic is that? King of Cups 2 times and Ace of Cups 2 times. 2 different decks. It almost reads like a story. It's like, a new beginning with a water sign. So for those of you that have you're already coupled and your spouse or your significant other is a water sign, this is a huge confirmation for you that you will be able to work things out. The Ace of Cups does mean rekindling a relationship, a new beginning when it comes to your love life. And like I said, don't feel like because your partner is not a water sign that it doesn't represent you. I feel like it can. This, you basically have this message. This can be a separate message. It just means that when it comes to a relationship, there is a new beginning. There can be a new beginning. And you did have the Fool as well. I just feel like you have to be careful with this energy here from the Seven of Swords. And this could be a reference to you or your partner. So a new beginning in some way, rekindling a relationship, is definitely a possibility for you. Now the other cards that came up are the Knight of Wands. So this represents, and you do have another Knight up here. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which represents change of movement, kind of moving at a slow pace. This can mean that you can speed that up. You can speed things up when it comes to your love life. And I feel like this means making decisions. The Knight of Wands is very restless energy, high energy, a lot of enthusiasm. So I feel like, that's repeated here by the Emperor. This is a major arcana, but it's very similar. The Emperor is all about taking your power back. It's all about being in control of your life. And in this case, it would mean your love life. And it did come out with the Ace of Cups. So I feel like for those of you where you're really struggling in a relationship where something like this has taken over, whatever this unhealthy energy is, for everyone it's going to be different. There is something that you can do about it. With the Knight of Wands and the Emperor coming out with the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups being here 2 times, there is something that you can do to kind of cross this out. Like I said, it's going to be different for everyone, but there's a message here, a strong message of you taking action. This can be you being honest with your partner, perhaps about, thoughts that you have been having of, I'm going to, walk away. But this can also be that you want to talk about your feelings, what's going on, and you want to leave this emotional baggage behind I don't feel that everyone is going their separate ways, but this has been a very kind of synchronistic reading, you know, with the King and the Queen of Cups being here, a water sign, Spirit is screaming at you. But it could also be, you know, two people belong together, period. With the Fool right in the middle, which means there will be a new beginning. You just have to take a risk. Again, the Ace of Cups being here 2 times. Again, a new beginning or a new love. Okay, Libra, this has been your love reading for the month of March 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.